Hello, John Hill here with Salesforce Public Sector. Wanted to take a few minutes to demonstrate how we can incorporate chatbots into the citizen engagement experience. So what we'll do is run through kind of a sample end-to-end citizen request that a citizen might make of their local city or county government. We've set up a sample portal here, and I'll be playing the role, or a couple different roles, but to start out, the role of Lauren, the citizen who wants to engage with the city over mobile. So she's pulled up the city website here on the right-hand side of the screen. Just a generic portal, total responsive web design created through a drag and drop user interface available through Salesforce Communities. So Lauren sees that she's got a couple of options here. She can ask a question, she can submit a new service request, she can look at her existing service request. Community is really just a way to engage and impart knowledge on the citizens, and as much information as the city or the county or the municipality decides to expose can be included into a community. So Lauren's issue or Lauren's request is the removal of an old couch. She wants to out with the old, in with the new, and get rid of the old couch. So she needs to have the city come pick it up. So she's going to submit a new bulk trash service request. When she clicks on it, because she's on her mobile, we can use the native capabilities of the mobile phone, so we can geolocate her position, which shows it here on a map. And if she's at work, but she wants to schedule for pickup at home, of course, that's easy enough. You can drag the map around, and the crosshairs, once they settled, it reverse geocodes the location back to a street address. So we can see we're on East Street here on Harbor Island, we're back at Harbor Post, we go over to Davis Island, we see Biscayne Avenue, etc. So we'll just go ahead and pick an address here on Harbor Island. Select the issue type. We'll do bulk trash pickup. And again, using the native capabilities of the phone, please come pick up my old couch, period. So we transcribed our request. We can take a picture of the request, which is very handy if it's a pothole or something that would help the service tech identify the nature of the problem. In this case, I've got a picture of the couch here. We'll just go ahead and pull it up. And there it is. Had a little party on it before we decided to let it go, but now it's had its day and we need to get rid of it. So we're going to hit next. And because we're authenticated with the community that the city is providing, it already knows the information about us, such as how to get in touch with us, our email address, our phone number. So we'll go ahead and confirm those details and submit the case. So the case has now been submitted, it's been saved, and Lauren instantly gets notified every email. Thank you for contacting us. We have received your case, and a customer service agent has been assigned. So let's go ahead and play the role of that customer service agent. I'm going to flip over to the left-hand side of the screen here. You'll see a typical service agent view. We call this, we'll call the service agent Tim, and Tim can see that a new bulk trash case case request type has been submitted. So we'll go ahead and click on that and take a look at our service console view as part of Salesforce Service Cloud. So great, we've got all the case details that Lauren submitted. We see some internal fields that she can't see. We see her picture that's been posted. We see the communication that's been sent out, so the email that I just read off from Lauren's mobile. And all the future interactions that happen on this case can be tracked along in the case feed, and you'll see it here. So it's a great way to figure out, as you're switching between agents or maybe the case is persisting across departments, what's happened on that case and what's going to happen on that case, where it's not just institutional knowledge or assigned to one specific caseworker and only that caseworker knows what's happening. So we've got the couch. Tim agrees the couch has got to go. He's going to change the status from new to working and hit save. And again, we can automate a lot of this. What needs to happen now is a new work order needs to get created, a new service appointment needs to get created, and a field technician needs to get assigned to go perform the work at that specific service appointment. So we've automated the creation of a work order. I'm going to go ahead and manually find a candidate to do the work just to show you some of the clicks that happen. But normally we can automate all of this, the scheduling and the selection of a service appointment time. So to complete the work, we need to find somebody that has skills to do the work. So skills to do the work, in this case of picking up bulk trash, we need somebody who can drive the truck and somebody who can operate the truck. So let's go ahead and click our candidates tab here. and see who we have available that fits that criteria, that can do the work, that's in the same service territory as the work request was submitted for. Okay, so I'm going to click Get Candidates, and the system will run through its schedule availability, and we come back with a candidate, Alan Reed. It says 12 options, and we have a list of dates and times, and those lists are scored based on the scoring criteria that you can define, such as satisfying the customer request quickly, making sure the person has the right skills, make sure the driving distance is minimized, etc. So we'll go ahead and click the first available appointment. That's the highest scored. It's actually 100 out of 100, and send it to the resource, Alan Reed. So when I click that and submit, it gives me a green check mark, and then back over to the phone, you can see that Alan has received a notification. I'm going to switch roles again and be the service technician. Alan has received a notification. We'll go ahead and click on that a new service appointment has been assigned to him. And when he clicks in, he sees the details, he sees the location of that request, he sees driving instructions, he sees the time that request is scheduled for, the ETA, 2 minutes in this case, because it's right around the corner, and contact details for the citizen that initiated the request, so he can call and email if he likes. So it's not time to actually perform the work yet. And here's where we can incorporate chatbots. I'm going to flip back over to Lauren, because after Lauren submitted the request to have the couch picked up, she realized she didn't want to get it picked up until this weekend. She wanted to continue using it throughout the week. So she goes back in, she opens her case, she sees all the case details that she submitted, but she doesn't see an easy way to reschedule. So that blue chat with an expert button is kind of looming on the screen there, and that's obviously what Lauren's going to want to pick to go ahead and confirm that she can reschedule that pickup time. So we'll just go ahead and type in reschedule. Again, it knows our information because we're authenticated with the city. And instead of getting a live agent at first, she gets Sunny, the City 311 chatbot. And so Sunny's given her some options. She can find stuff. She can learn about stuff. She can manually type back to Sunny, and Sunny will try and determine the intent of what she's typing. For instance, she types main menu, and it takes her back to the main menu. But what she doesn't see is a way to reschedule an existing service appointment. So she's going to say, I need to reschedule a service appointment, period. And when she says that, the chatbot actually does a query back to Salesforce, finds existing service appointments associated with cases that the customer has open, and lists them here so she can interact with that service appointment. So it's offered her the couch pickup service appointment that she scheduled. She selects that, and now she has another list of options she can do around that service appointment. She can contact the technician. Please don't pick this up today, period. But that probably won't get her very far. What she really needs to do is reschedule it. And so now the chatbot is actually performing the same candidate selection query that you saw the service agent perform. So it's giving Lauren a list of times. We'll go ahead and pick May 4th at 9 a.m. Where she can have the couch picked up. So we'll go ahead and, because this was a good experience and we're still in a live chat session, we'll see what else the chatbot can do. She realized she's got a stack of old electronics, iPads, phones, and she's been told that she's not supposed to dispose of those through the trash. She wants to know if there's any place she can take them around the town that will accept them. So she might have a query like this. I need to dispose of old electronics. Oh, got something extra in there, but let's just see what happens. Oh, battery recycling, right? You're in luck. Check out these battery recycling centers near you. Thanks for thinking about me. Well, that's great. So now we have a list of locations that are close by to take her old electronics to. Obviously, again, the chatbot is determining the intent of everything she types and trying to respond with information that's most useful based on the intent it judges her to have. So we can ask similar questions and get the same response. Where can I go to recycle old batteries? And we get the same response. Now, what's nice here is when you think about the different variations in the ways that citizens might ask for the same type of information, the chatbot can be used to intelligently determine the intent of what the citizen's looking for and give them consistent answers. So it helps take some of the most commonly used requests off the table, so agents can be freed up. They don't have to spend as much time on the phone, or they don't have to spend as much time live chatting a customer to provide them commonly used responses. So there's a number of different ways, and we can go behind the scenes and take a look at chatbots and how they're designed shortly. But what Lauren really wants to do is confirm that the couch is not going to be picked up today. And she doesn't know if just by sending that text to the technician, for example, that her service appointment was rescheduled. So she's just going to go ahead and initiate a chat with a human. Quick survey, how did I do, good or bad? We'll go ahead and click good because we were impressed that we could ask it more information. And now, because back to Tim, he's logged in as the service agent and he's set up to receive chats. He's getting an audio notification that somebody's initiated a chat. One of the citizens has initiated a chat. So he accepts that. And when he accepts that, he sees the entire chat history, what's already been typed. He can, of course, associate that chat with a customer. He can associate that with an existing case. And Lauren, from her phone, can continue her conversation. So I need to confirm appointment. And Tim, you notice on the left-hand side here, is seeing what Lauren is writing through a feature that you can enable with chat if you choose to, called Sneak Peek. So before she even types it, Tim can go ahead and look and see that her appointment rescheduling has been confirmed. He can write that back to her, and of course she'll get that on her phone. And so we've got a nice dialogue going back and forth. Now, when everybody's happy and Lauren decides to hang up, that chat transcript, chat ended by Lauren, is saved along with the case. So somebody, again, the next service agent that wants to see what happened on this case, or a supervisor, can always see the interaction the city had with its citizens. So the only thing left to really do here is to actually perform the work. Okay, so fast forward to Friday, and it's May 4th, and now we can see the appointment that's been rescheduled, and Alan, the field service tech, can go ahead and perform the work. So maybe he would go in, accept the work, maybe he would go in and change the status from new to completed, hit save, and if it's required, he can go ahead and create a service report, maybe capture a signature. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get a signature. You can define the number of signatures needed. We'll go ahead and sign this as Lauren. Type in our name here. Lauren, hit save. Generate that signed service report. And through the app, you can see the service report is created. Go ahead and take a look at that. You see that along with the signature. And back to the service console, if anybody wants to track what happened with the case, now they can see that a service report has been generated, and there it is, complete with signature. So we've tracked a case from its inception with a citizen that had a request to pick up an old couch. It was brought in and accepted by a service agent. The service agent created a work order and found somebody to do the work, assigned them a service appointment, dispatched that work out, and then the field technician that received that appointment was able to use his mobile phone to go ahead and do the work and capture a signature. The citizen found some interesting new and fun ways to interact with the city, including chat and chatbots, and was even able to get a live person if they needed to be able to continue the conversation beyond the capabilities that the chatbot had. We'll go into a little bit more detail behind the scenes about how chatbots are designed. So in Salesforce Setup, you now have a new section under Service Cloud Einstein called Einstein Bots. You can save kind of a change control code control management control. You can save different versions and make only one active at a time. We'll go ahead and click into the version that we were just interacting with. So on the overview page, we get some basic metrics, how many sessions, average interaction, average duration. We'll go ahead and deactivate this just so we can drill into it a little bit more. So chatbot is composed of, at the highest level, 3 basic concepts: dialogues, entities, and slots. So dialogues are what conversations do you want the chatbot to be able to have with the consumer. Entities are a data type, and slots are a specific data point. So entities might be airport code, slots might be departure code and arrival code. So the bulk of the work is really done here through dialogues. We'll click into that. So the key around dialogues is where do you want the chatbot to start? And here, in this case, it's a welcome screen. It's capturing some variables and information from the pre-chat form. And then how do you want to judge intent of a customer if they choose something that's not an explicit menu item? Or even if it is an explicit menu item like main menu, what are the different variations, utterances, if you will, of ways to ask for that menu item? such as, I want to see the main menu, what can you do, taking me to the main menu. If you think about all the different ways that a customer might request a specific item, this allows you to add those ways. And of course, Einstein and artificial intelligence behind the scenes is running to make the interpretation of what a consumer might say, judge their intent and to judge it correctly. So if we look at things like updating the phone, just to walk you through a quick example, you have the intent. Once the Einstein chatbot determines that the intent of a consumer is to update the phone because either they clicked on it or said something like, I need to update my phone number, a chatbot will come in here, it'll clear the existing slot for phone. Slot, again, is more like a variable in programming language. It will ask a question back. Your current mobile phone is, it'll read the contact record for the phone number. What would you like to change it to? It'll capture the response into that same slot that was just cleared. Then it will update the contact record. So it'll go in, look at the contact object associated with that customer. It'll take that text string, the phone string that is saved into the slot, and put it onto the contact, and then it'll read it back to the customer. Okay, you're all set. We've updated your mobile phone to the new phone number, and then show you a list of options for what comes next. So you can automatically transfer it to an agent if it's a problematic query and they get to this point. You can wait for customer input, you can show a menu, or you can start another dialogue, such as anything else. So just a quick overview. Chatbots, we're excited about the functionality. It certainly is going to be very valuable for cities and municipalities to be able to incorporate into their intake channels. And if you liked anything you saw here, feel free to reach out to your Salesforce account executive, and they'd be happy to give you more information. Thank you very much, and have a great day.